I'm gonna leave halfway through this show because I have to go to work. So I feel like you can just do the whole show. Just start it and talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another Nigerian political show. We are spotlighting Rivers State. I'm joined by Warif, Mustafa, and Said. Today, we're trying to unpack the powerful walkout by Rivers women at the Federal Empowerment event in Port Harcourt. They rejected Mrs. Teresa Ibas, standing firm for Governor Fubara. What does this protest say about power, loyalty, and politics in Rivers State? Let's get into it. So,
Yeah, when you start to follow me.
Warif, basically, there was a program on women empowerment, and people decided to walk out on the wife of the sole administrator in solidarity with the real governor. What are your thoughts, Warif?
When I saw the whole, should I call it drama, I was just laughing because at first they thought it was the president's wife that would, Oluremi Tinubu, that would have come to address them, but immediately they saw the administrator's wife. They started shouting, saying, "Give us Sim, give us Fubara." Now, what does that mean? Democracy is all about the people, for the people, by the people. Now, if you go to the street of Port Harcourt, interview about 10 persons, you see that 8 want Sim back. Why not allow this thing to be? The people they want, but you are giving a script to the sole administrator to act upon the script, to try and buy these people over. It's an embarrassment for them to walk out. And I heard the security agent, they have to sneak out the wife to the sole administrator from the back door. Let it not escalate.
That one too, she's forming first lady, Abby.
So
that's what somebody said.
That's what the guy appointed by Tinubu, right? Yeah.
Yes, it was appointed by Tinubu.
What they're doing is good. What they're doing is good. Abi, so
a woman said they cannot have 2 first lady in Rivers State. That the only first lady they know is the wife to Sim Fubara. So the whole thing.
Of course, the wife of the
Wike is blaming Sim.
Go ahead, Warif.
Wike is blaming Sim Fubara. Wike is blaming Sim Fubara. How is Sim Fubara to be blamed when Sim Fubara has not been in the country? Yeah, he came back yesterday evening or so from France, and you are blaming him. How?
Okay, but here's the thing. But here's the thing: what happened doesn't go against the Nigerian Constitution. People have the right to protest. He should be blaming himself.
Peaceful protest.
He should be blaming himself because he used a undemocratic method to put this guy in power to supplant Fubara, right? Yeah. To supplant him.
Yeah.
So these people, they didn't break the law. They just walked away. Nigeria is not a monarchy. You don't have to respect leaders as long as you don't break the law. You don't have to say good evening, sir, or kiss their ass.
Freedom of movement.
Yes.
Since there was no attack.
Or are they fascist? You must kiss their ass and say, Auntie, let's listen to you. No. since she has the power, let her keep her power. Let them walk out and protest.
The appointment of a sole administrator was undemocratic. It was against the Nigerian constitution. Now you bring your wife to an event to lord her control.
As the first lady.
Yes, as the first lady. as far as the women in Rivers State are concerned, she's an imposter. She's an imposter, and she can't lord her control over them. And rightly so. I like the fact that in solidarity with the real first lady, who is the wife of Governor Fubara, they rejected her. Yeah. I can imagine how embarrassing it was for that woman. Now, the walkout signals widespread rejection of federally imposed sole administrator. Nobody wants that guy there. He's an imposter. I think Tinubu should just acknowledge the fact that he has made a very bad mistake, find a subtle way of taking that guy out of the picture and reinstating the government, because he has just deepened the political crisis in Rivers State. He has not solved any problem.
No, but these guys, they're
and again, just last week, he collected, I think, about 2 vehicles from the deputy governor, saying that the Rivers State government does not have enough vehicle. How can you say that? If Rivers State government doesn't have enough vehicle, what do you do? Are you not supposed to acquire more vehicle? Collected a Hilux and one other vehicle from the deputy. So the whole thing is just funny.
They have money for him to travel, right?
And he just approved 10 billion naira for solar power in Aso Rock. Can you imagine? That is a president that's supposed to be solving our electric power problem. That guy is just, I don't know.
I already said it. I already said it in one of our podcasts. Like, anybody expecting 24 hours electricity in this Tinubu era is joking, because how can somebody have
unless
a
they live
plan
in
of solving
Natural
our
Rock.
electricity problem and still doing a project of solar panel in
How can you ask them to come and install solar? How can they?
I'm heading out, okay?
Okay.
I'm heading out.
All right. How can they ask them to come and install solar at the villa? 10 billion.
Number one cities. Instead of you to generate power by yourself, you are doing solar. That means there's no hope for the masses.
To me, I want to.
The whole thing is just funny. And now let me talk. Let me say something.
Okay. Continue.
Let me say something about the River State. You know, before this time, there is this free bus initiative that Governor Fubara brought. So when it was suspended, they removed all the from the. Now.
Oh, we've lost Warif. Okay. Basically, what I wanted to say was that Said, what do you think? What are the political implications for Tinubu, especially with 2027 on the horizon? With this kind of backlash from what happened in Rivers State, what do you think will happen next?
I want to believe that from going by the statement you made the other time, that the first lady is embarrassed or the sole administrator will be embarrassed from what happened. I want to remind you that these people we are talking about, these people are shameless. So let's not overrate them or even think that they are. They are shameless. They really don't give a damn about what happened. They'll just look it at one of those. At least you are still there. So I think, first of all, the Rivers people, they gave them that liberty, that luxury of what they are doing now. Because assuming immediately the whole thing happened, all these women, all the men, or all the youth in Rivers State come out and say, we don't want it. The first day, it won't happen. But because everybody quiet, and you can't even blame everybody, because even football itself is not even the first choice of Rivers State, because it was imposed by Wike. So it's not as if it's a free and fair election. So that's another reason. Even we that we are not even.
The reason why the masses are standing by.
Warif, one thing I wanted to ask is that there are some people in that River State that are on Wike's side, who are supporting this Ibas guy. Who are those people? Where are they?
That is what we should be talking about.
Those those people supporting the.
Can you just give us some insights on those kind of people and how can they be dealt with? Because the vast majority of Rivers State people are in support of Simlala Fubara.
No, you see, the whole thing is that those people supporting the sole administrator, those are Yeson Wike's supporters. Those are his people. And again, the reason why the whole thing is favoring Wike is using federal might as a backup. You know, what's it called? The judicial Supreme Court. Now, they did not talk about the 27 lawmakers that moved to APC. They just said that the 4 people that passed the bill.
Lawmakers.
Yes, they did not talk about those ones that they are already. Even Wike said it before this time, that once you decamp another political party, your seat is automatically declared vacant. That was what Sim was. Yes, but now they've twisted the whole thing that the 4 persons, the 4 legislators that passed the bill is illegal. That they cannot. That is one they are holding. But the people that decamp to APC that even made it publicly, they said it publicly. They didn't even say anything about that. Right now in Rivers State, APC, they are not even voicing anything because they know that the whole system is confusing and is in a shambles. So they are not saying anything. So the only advantage that Wike has is that he's using federal might. Why? Because Tinubu is backing him up. If Tinubu is not backing him up and they want to do the right thing, you see that they would have started from the decamping of the 27 lawmakers. That's where they would have started from. But the Supreme Court did not say anything about that one. And again, declaring state of emergency, how? in the northeast, northwest, and so on. Everyday killing. Look at Plateau State. Look at Benue State. Killing civilians, killing military men, massacre, killing people. Nothing like what's it called? But because of the crude oil, to control the crude oil, that's why they are declaring state of emergency. Power tussle.
Of course, money now.
They value crude oil more than human life in Nigeria. This very government, which is very wrong.
So you believe that's why Tinubu is supporting, that's why Tinubu has done this, because he has vested interest in the natural resources of
there is no two ways about it. That's exactly what is going on here. Of course, he wants to control it. He wants to control the funds. He wants to control the vote. So
again, you know one thing about
if you look at it well, Rivers vote to play significant role in that 2023 election. Without that Rivers vote, he wouldn't have won. If you check it, going back to calculations too. Of course, we all know that he was weak, but at least he controlling the vote coming out from there played significant role in him emerging as president. So he just all the states that he won and all the votes that he won, he just wants to lock them down. That if I can still retain,
and all again the now, I won, you see what they are doing now, like in Delta State, that the governor decamped to APC. You know, politicians, they are very funny. The people, let me just say politicians, because the whole local government chairman, ward, and everybody right now, they'll decamp to APC. And at the end of the day, even if the masses does not vote for Tinubu, they'll tell you that Tinubu won in Delta State.
Even that decamping, the Supreme Court already said it that party members shouldn't be decamping. Why are they decamping? Even now, PDP wants to sue this Delta State governor and the lawmakers.
The problem is that the governor of Delta State, Oworebori, and his predecessor, Okowa, they've stolen billions of naira. And they believe that once you decamp to APC, your sins are forgiven.
You become a saint.
So that's the problem. And it's becoming very worrying because since I started following politics, I've always known Delta to be a PDP state, just like Edo and all these places.
South, not just Delta.
South. So what do you get now by turning Nigeria to a one-party state? And one thing I want APC to realize is that the power to elect is still with the people. If the instruments of the incumbents are not used to manipulate or rig the elections, I don't see the value that the government has added that can make them win in 2027. But they're going to use the machinery of the incumbents to twist everything, because already they said they have in INEC. And I don't know how this is going to play out, but it's becoming very, very worrying. If you are going to join a party, you join a party based on the principles and ideology, not based on stomach infrastructure, which most of them are doing. Yeah, because I look at that Okowa guy, see the nonsense he was talking about Atiku. This was supposed to be Atiku's running mate.
Child's play.
You can imagine, it is even an embarrassment to Atiku. Your running mate in last... Just how many months ago?
How many months?
You come to APC. I think that's like a shame on him.
It's a big shame.
That is why Nigeria might not be good, because of these people. They're never serious. They just do whatever thing that comes.
I think before you even came on, before you came back on, I told Mr. Afolabi, these people are shameless. If we are thinking that embarrassing them,
they don't have shame.
All this shaming them up, they will be feeling ashamed or something. They don't give a damn.
They don't care.
As long as it doesn't affect their power and their position or money coming in or what they are controlling. They are all good.
I'm happy what happened, because women have been relegated and sidelined from politics and positions of effectiveness. What happened shows that in other states, if there is government overreach in trying to control the resources of that state, at platforms like this, there will be resistance. Because, I mean, only the women could have done this kind of thing. And I think they made their voices heard, and it was obvious. It was embarrassing to the wife of the sole administrator, because the way
she'll be very careful now.
The way the government is going, this strategy they are using in Rivers State, they can begin to use it in other states.
Yeah.
I really see that coming.
Another thing Another thing I want us to agree on is that this River State, let's just give it. It belongs to Wike and Tinubu. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
River State is captured. For what happened, it shows that, because now look at the scene Fubara we are all envisaging for that say it is illegal, it is that. This man already went to France and go and beg for his post back. Is he supposed to beg instead of him to go to the judiciary? But he already knows who's controlling the judiciary.
I had that from reliable sources.
His boss is
they're trying to get him to join APC. I heard that they're trying to get him to join APC.
At this point, I don't think he has any choice. This person that can't even fight for his rights, he can't even fight to
the guy has become a castrated dog. Yes. He's just backing. He can't fight.
Not if the governor,
I thought he had balls before. He doesn't have any balls at all.
You know, I said it's better. He wasn't him now. He's not the rugged politician. This type of quiet politicians. Yeah. If not, if he's a kind of rugged politician like Wike will do everything to make sure.
Thank you. See, if it's Wike, do you think Wike can accept that? Or Amechi tried it with Wike. What happened?
Mr. Said, the whole thing is that the judiciary has been captured. So no matter what, like what somebody said, he said, even if they know that this is letter A and the judiciary comes up to say this is letter B, so be it is letter B. And it's wrong. How can you be saying that? So I just want, maybe the man is tired of all these whatever. But I bet you if Sim should go to APC, it will be better for him because he will not be the leader of APC. And everybody might know that his heart might be in PDP, but his body is in APC. So anything can happen in between that line. And now Wike cannot just say he's the one that is working things out for for Tinubu in 2027. So Wike might not have the full control of the APC in Rivers State, which you all know that in any state, the governor is the number one person in charge of a party in that state. But let's say it goes, it's not just him alone. I heard that Kwara State governor also want to decamp to APC. Most even in some northern states.
That Umoeno or something.
But as we round up, guys,
okay.
Go ahead, Warif, please.
It's just Bayelsa State governor that they are not saying anything about him because this is his second tenure. This is the second tenure. Then the other guy, there's this guy, Joy Turner, that is in a PDP member in Bayelsa State. I think he's the secretary of PDP in Bayelsa State. He's in support of Wike. And when Wike came to Bayelsa State, which did not attend the rally proper because there was some gunshot in the area. So Wike couldn't come out. Now, some of the government people that supported Turner, I heard they were suspended because they are in support of Governor Wike. So they cannot really touch the governor. What they might try to do now is to look for their own person to impose there as the candidate for the next governorship election that might be coming up in Bayelsa State maybe some years from now.
Yeah, but as we round up, Said, what do you think, how do you think we can solve? How can they de-escalate the tensions in Rivers State? What can be done? Because right now, the government has seen that this sole administrator thing is not working. And every day the guy stays there, it's just causing political tension. So the shame of calling him back may not make the government take that decision. So how do you think they can find a middle?
I think this guy going to France to meet the president, I think is one of those steps that can solve the tension.
They might have settled something.
I believe by now he knows that the state doesn't belong to him. They've showed him that we have power over you in all ways and in all ramifications. Yeah. And Rivers State has been split and has been shared by all the power holders in Rivers State. Yeah, the powers that be in Rivers State. If you go to the creek, they gave it to the most powerful person there. Tom Polo. So Wike has done his own work. He already have all those power holders in that state in his pocket. So that is why he's confident in doing what he's doing. You can see that when this thing happened, everywhere were quiet. People that they are supposed to, ginger the youth and, sponsor some people to go against what the illegality. They are all in the pocket of Wike and Tinubu. So that is just to let you know.
Because they've sold their rights.
Even if I happen to be in his the governor's shoes, I believe he should have envisaged and foresee this, that how can I fight this guy and succeed? So I blame him for fighting him as hard way. He shouldn't have even started it, by the way, because you should have known the might of who you are going after.
Supporting him.
In a way,
yes, no, you should have.
In a way,
he worked. No, that is not even an excuse.
You know what?
To me, that is not an excuse for him.
You know what he should have
under
done?
This guy.
He made the same mistake that Akinwumi Ambode made in Lagos. He should have allowed Wike to have his way for some time. Then
before you now start building again.
Yes, then later on he will now turn against him. That's the best way to achieve this kind of thing, because whether he likes it or not, we know that it was this APC guy, what's his name, that contested for governor in Rivers State, that actually won. That election was rigged.
Dakuku. No, it was not. It was not him. It was Labour Party.
Was it Labour Party? Yes.
Because everybody was supporting Labour.
We all know that election was rigged by Wike for Fubara, whether he likes it or not.
Everybody knows that.
And again, even during the primaries in PDP, he imposed Sim Fubara on them.
So
he single-handedly made Fubara. That is why you can see that everybody is even skeptical of supporting him too. That we know that this guy brought you. We know. So this guy is disciplining you because he knows that he's the one who made you. So that is why you can see that everybody is. But my own concern is why would you know these things? You work under this man. You know his might. If you want, with my own small sense, if I want to go against my mentor or my godfather, I will know how to. You don't know how to kill him, or make sure that
the guy was not strategic at all. He was not strategic at all. It's betrayal.
At all. That's just betrayal. It's not strategic at all.
Betrayal is easier when you have given someone a false sense of trust. That's what he should have done. I don't know what your thoughts are, Warif. He should have given Wike a false sense of trust.
You see,
and
Wike
just played along.
Yes. You see, Wike, one thing I like about Wike, I used to be the #1 fan of Wike. I call him Mr. Project, pillar of sport, everything, because one thing about Wike that Fubara failed to understand is that if Wike tells you that I'm going to pull down this 10-story building, he will do it. Anything Wike says you want to do, you go on any length to do that. And so Sim should have studied him. Let first time allow it. Just be playing the fool, but that does not mean you are the fool. Know his weak point, know how to eat into him, and you can now crumble him. But instead,
you started the fight.
He allowed even Wike saying it. Even Wike has been saying it that Sim allowed Wike's own enemies to deceive Sim. And they cannot fight Wike. When you cannot fight Wike, why push somebody else to go and fight Wike when you know that you don't have the power to back him up? So, I believe if Sim is coming back, they would have given him enough script to act upon.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have given him a list of the people he should put in position. I'm sure.
Of course. Yeah. Right now, what he's even trying to run away from, that is what he has now become. Because now they will now control, because they won't trust him a bit anymore.
It's now
they will control every part of the government now.
He cannot bite.
He'll be a toothless bulldog.
Yes, a toothless bulldog. As we round up, guys, your last words, Said, on this issue.
Yeah, so I want to tell all the Rivers, as in the reasonable Rivers people, that they are not in support of this illegality going on in Rivers State. The only solution, I will keep saying it, we shouldn't be looking up to any election or whatsoever it is. We should be talking about full revolution in this country, because this illegality is happening in every state of Nigeria, not just in Rivers State alone. It's happening in Lagos, it's happening in Kwara, it's happening in Ibadan, everywhere in the northern part. So
look at
we have to put a stop
now.
yes, now So the system is rigged already. So there is absolutely no way of saying we want to patch it, or we should go away with it. The 1990 Constitution is not people-minded constitution. We should be talking about new constitution and revolution, so that we should decide how we want to be living with each other. That is the solution. That is just the solution.
Your final words, Warif.
My final word will go to the federal government. They should learn how to balance security in Nigeria. Look at Benue State, look at Plateau State, look at the northern states. They kill people as if they are killing chicken, and they don't do anything. How can bandits be wiping out Nigerian military guys that are well trained? Why not equip dedicated weapons and make sure you value human life, not valuing. So the president should learn how to do this and make sure they do the right thing. They should do justice to rule of law in Nigeria, not just declaring state of emergency because of the because of personal selfish interest in the national cake. No, they should try and do something. Human life is more important, far more important than crude oil. So my heart just goes out to Plateau State indigents and Benue State and some of the people in the far north. So the federal government should do something about human life there. Thank you.
Mr. Warif, you are advising somebody who rigged himself in. Good luck.
What will I say now? Because the thing annoys me every day, killing, and keep human life.
He's not listening. He doesn't give a damn. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't give a.
We'll continue talking.
Yes. Assuming he got the mandate of the people and he fought for it, and people, he has that sympathy and empathy of the people. He won't be behaving this way now. He doesn't. He knows that he bought himself.
All these moves,
he's not just
most of because of personal interest, not because of the Nigerian.
Yes, personal interest, and he has achieved it.
Yes.
So that's the.
Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso now.
Yeah.
Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso because
that is what we are saying. Maybe it's the same in the same period now. Isn't it the same 2 years? Look at the transformational change he has done, and look at what is going on in Nigeria. So they are not saying 2 years is not enough for him to do. But 2 years is enough for him to add more to our suffering.
Yeah. And I really respect
politicians in the West.
He refused to be a puppet of the West. Continue, Warif. Okay, I think we've lost him. Gentlemen, it's been a wonderful show. I want to really appreciate you for your time, Warif and Said. And for our viewers at home, we'll be back next time with another political show on our political channel. Thank you very much and good night.